Greetings YouTubers, this is Jared with Omnivore Blade Works. You can see my banner up there. We're going to be moving away from the high bainite carbon steel for a brief period because we've got 3V. These are some Bowie knives that will have hidden tangs and steel guards. I figured out a way to thread these pommel studs. I made some vice jaws, as you can see here, that they hold the blade just like the handle will hold the blade, except for the fact that there'll be a guard in the way. And so it's a pocket that's tapered on the inside, and then I used my CNC router to make the pocket according to my the CAD file with the blade, and then that way this little pommel stud, which I just ground by hand, well, I held the knife in my hand and I just spun it around and used the belt grinder to make that round stud, after trying ridiculously to make some other fixture to do the same job. And then I realized that it would be the easiest thing to do is to just put this thing horizontally in the vise, and then take my 1-inch diameter or 1-inch hex drive socket, and then make an extension that I can put in my cordless drill, and then put the die, quarter 20 die in here, and just stick it down there, and then do all the tap and die, or the die process with the cordless drill, and that way I can see when the body of the driver is parallel with this vice jaw, and so I can get a pretty good result. I've done 4 so far. The first one right here with a little pointy point, and then the rest of them. So I got really good quarter 20 threads. Well, as good as the Cobalt brand die set will do, I suppose. So I've got some wide body Americanus knives, and they will probably get a sheath that has the magnetic locking system up on this spine area, or maybe something else, because they have this guard. And I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to flat sand all these blanks. I'm going to fit the guards, and I'm going to do all the chamfering and rounding over on the guards, and then they'll get heat treated at the same spec as the blades, but they won't be welded on or anything. And what I might do is have these 3V guards, I'll polish them up, and I'll probably do an ion bond plasma coating on them, so they might be black or they might be gold, and so they'll look really pretty. And then the pommels will need to be something that's pretty stout as well. And basically what's going to happen is I'm going to make the handle slabs, which will be machined out for the tang, and then use some kind of a custom nut on the pommel stud so that I hold the handle on. And then we'll probably have some pins going on the sides. I might put a couple little mosaic pins through the tang, because in the middle it probably won't affect the strength at all. I mean, these are 0.285 thick blanks anyway, so they're going to be really strong anyhow. I'm kind of excited about this. This is going to have the same grind geometry as my 1095 full tang Americanus. And then I also have the Raven dagger and the Tanuki Tonto and the Baby Crow dagger, which will have probably no steel guard. It'll probably just be all composite handle right up to the edge. So it's maximum strength, minimum weight dagger, and we'll do probably a very round or hopefully an elliptical pommel on there. See if I can get my hands on some titanium, or it's going to be pretty much up to me or a customer who wants a customized one. I can do brass or nickel silver or titanium or steel, maybe even wrought iron pommels on these knives. And then on the larger unkindness sword and the horribilis chopper, or maybe I'm calling that the Americanus XL, I don't know. We can do different guards or different pommels. The unkindness is probably going to end up with a titanium guard, which I have not had cut out yet, but that way I'll be able to anodize it different colors, or just Cerakote it black or whatever, glue it onto the steel and it won't matter. There's a lot of metal here that I hate to grind off, so I'm considering the possibility of forging some of these blanks out longer and wider. So if somebody has an idea that they would want to have a one-handed 3V battle sword with a thumb shelf and a guard on it, and maybe you don't like this blade profile and you want to have it drawn out wider, longer, or whatever, I'm hoping to get a Nimba anvil here in the next month or so, and so that's something that I might be able to do, is draw this 3V out into a one-handed short sword. Because I'd still call it a Bowie knife at this length, but we could totally draw that steel out and turn it into a sword. Other projects, I still have all these Kodiaks. I need to write a message to everybody who's been waiting for these things and see who's ready to buy. And I also have quite a few tomahawks that are ready to go, or imminently ready to go. The 3B ultralights, I've got I've got two nickel-plated ones, and then one tan one here ready to ship. And I have a green one with tan handles, tan one with tan handles, and a gray one with gray handles ready to ship. And all these Anubis tomahawks are going to be just, they already have handles made for most of them too. So basically, and also I've got some tan Anubis and multicam. I think one of these is spoken for. I need to follow up with that fella. And then the dire wolves, I have some sheaths made for those. So basically, I'm terrible at marketing or following through with people who want to order stuff. So pester me, and I'll see if I can get what you want into your hands, and then we'll go from there. Alright, that's all I have for now. See you next time.